Bluff City Media presents the Two Buck Sports Show. Stepping up to the microphone are your hosts, Drew Gann and Rusty Witten. Now, let's get to the show.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to a Thursday edition of the One Buck Sports Show, the second edition of the One Buck Sports Show this week. Rusty is still in Kentucky tasting bourbons, and he'll probably come back a different man. But we've got a special episode for you today. This is an episode that me and Rusty look forward to every year, and I know the biggest downside for him being in Kentucky right now is that he's not able to do this podcast, this edition of the Two Buck Sports Show with us. And that's because it is March Madness time. And every year it's a tradition on the Two Buck Sports Show where Rusty and I get together and we have a mascot battle royale. We call it our Mascot Madness Challenge, in which we go through the bracket and we pick out who would win in a fight between the mascots of the teams that are paired together. And we work that all the way down till we find a champion. Past champions have been the Raging Cajuns because, you know, you never mess with a bunch of Cajuns. If you're not been to South Louisiana before, always go with a friend and heavily armed. But I do have a special guest in here, and he is a longtime friend of probably longer than Rusty and I have been friends. We've been around the country together, and his specialty is wrestling. And so no one better to have on the show today than my good buddy, Zach Jones. So let's get Zach to the stage. What up?
Hello, world. I am Zach, 37 years old. I am a wrestling addict. It's been 48 hours since my last relapse. But damn, it was good. The Cena heel turn was amazing.
I tell you, Zach has been a wrestling fan from the time he was born, I think. One of my favorite stories, Zach, that you've ever told me is of the time that you got baptized into the Christian church and your dad snuck you out the back door of the eating after the baptism so you could go watch pay-per-view wrestling.
That was Starrcade, 97, December 27th, 1997. Sting wrestled Hogan.
Yeah.
Hollywood Hogan. Incredible match. And yes, I was baptized that day. I don't know which I remember most, the baptism or the pay-per-view, but
I do.
Amazing day.
I remember which one you remember the most. It's Starrcade 97, I'm sure. So
I imagine that this is what most of the wrestling community looks like. Dimly lit room, children's headphones, warm drink, just ready to go.
Hey, listen, there's a reason why most WWE podcasts do not have a video component. I think that's what you're saying. So, all right. So pumped about this. And we look forward to this show every year. I will say, right off the top, it is Wednesday night. We did pre-record this because of just some scheduling. Everybody has jobs. And this is a show that we feel like could be pre-recorded and still have the same amount of juice. So if you're in the comments right now, we appreciate you being here. I will try to get in here with you if I'm not in here already. Tomorrow, Drew may be in here typing with you already. But feel free in the comments. Let us know how crazy we are, how foolish this idea is, because we know it's foolish, but we do it anyways because it's fun. So we're going to start in the order in which the ESPN app lists it to us. This is going to be the Mascot Madness bracket, a part of the Two Buck Sports Show March Madness Challenge. Click the QR code here. That gets you in our league. The winner of the league, Rusty, Zach, listen, it's habits.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
You look nothing like Rusty. That's the best compliment I can give you. But the winner of the March Madness draft league, I keep saying draft, March Madness
Challenge
bracket league. Yeah. It's right here on the screen. Let's just read it. Gets a t-shirt, and they're going to get 15 minutes on the podcast just to spew whatever propaganda that they want to. Up to it. I've got a limit, but but that's in the fine print.
Careful. Yeah.
This is the third year we've done this, Zach. We've had two winners, and never has anybody claimed to be the winner.
Claim the time?
It's generic ESPN fan in a bunch of letters. We can't reach out to the person because we don't know who it is, and they don't reach out to us. So we've had winners every year. Don't know who you are.
I'm
So
not gonna,
please.
obviously not gonna do it today. But if I won the league and I was given 15 minutes, I'm gonna railroad the podcast. You know?
Absolutely. That's, we do have a dump button, but we will let you get your point across for sure. Promise. Promise. Rusty doesn't even know that I've added this in. He's away. He has no say over this at all. So let's get into it. We've got a 1 versus 16 seed. The basketball teams. A 1 seed should never be a Tiger in this bracket, but here we are. We've got the Auburn Tigers versus the Alabama State Hornets. Zach, a Hornet versus a large cat. This is, I believe, 1 Hornet. No, we're going to give them a murder of hornets.
Okay, I think that's crows, but a murder of hornets,
But there is a murder hornet as well, so maybe we should change it.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, there's just no way. It's the hornets all day, Drew. There's no way. Well, a big cat is not pawing down hornets,
No, and they're probably arrogant enough to think that they can knock down it and take it, but there's just too many.
That's what I'm thinking. There's got to be a minimum 100 of these guys.
Minimum.
Yeah, and there's 1 tiger. Yeah. And no, are they going to kill this tiger? No, but they'll run him off. You know?
But I mean, if they wanted to, if they were actually
they're murder hornets, you're making my point. All
right, I think I'm in agreement with you. In the past, if we have vigorously disagreed, Rusty and I, we've done rock paper scissors on the camera. I don't know. Maybe that's something we do in the future.
Okay,
we'll see. But we're going to go to two birds, a Cardinal versus a Blue Jay, the Louisville Cardinals versus the Creighton Blue Jays. I think you just pick your favorite color, right?
I think they both seem like pretty fragile animals. Like there's nothing.
They're both going to die.
That does not strike fear. As a mascot, why would you even go that route? That does not strike fear in any opponent. The Blue Jays or the Cardinals.
Yeah, so. I'm with you. There's some down the list here that I'm already looking forward to that also don't strike a lot of fear, but none of them. I see multiple birds just dead in the street from vehicles.
Yeah.
Or
birds aren't real, anyway. So
birds aren't. If you need a good conspiracy theory, Google birds aren't real. It's my all-time favorite.
It's a classic. Yeah.
They've got this on this website. They can tell you the exact date the last biological bird died, and all the rest of them are just robots and government drones.
Yes,
it's my favorite.
That's one I might subscribe to. Yeah.
All right, so blue or red? Which one do you think?
You're a Cardinals guy, right?
I'm a Cardinals guy. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll throw it to them. Yeah.
All right. There we go. Now we're going mythical. And then I'm going to quiz you on one mascot that I don't know what it is yet.
Okay.
We've got a Michigan Wolverine.
Okay.
Versus UC San Diego. Can you tell me what their mascot is?
The Corks. I have no idea.
Yeah. Okay. It is. Well, they just put a picture here. Hold on. Let's see. Well, I thought this website was going to be better than this. I'm sorry, everybody. UC San Diego. It looks like King Triton.
My brother was telling me about this. Okay.
All right. It is King Triton is the name of the mascot. So I mean,
King Triton. Ariel's
we may
father.
have a winner.
I think we've got an easy, clear winner. What was it? What were they competing against again? I've already forgotten.
The Wolverine.
So insignificant. No. We're going with King Triton.
All right. So just to play it out just a little bit,
hit me. Yeah.
Can King Triton get on land, and can Wolverine swim? Which one would have an advantage on like a neutral court? Say if they're in an arena, split in half. One is the wooded areas. Mm-hmm. One is a deep.
The thing is, he controls the water with that Triton that he has.
Avalanche.
Yeah, it just throws that thing on that dumb little Wolverine. I don't think it can swim anyways.
I don't. I'm 100% with you.
Or if this is this the X-Men?
Is it the X-Men?
Is it that type of Wolverine?
Is it Hugh Jackman in particular?
Is it Hugh Jackman?
Hugh Jackman may be able to beat.
Yeah, he would
Triton.
mesmerize him with song. Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah. No, I'm going. Even if it's Hugh Jackman, I'm going
the Tritons.
Yeah, going King Triton. All right. This one's funny. Because it's my favorite mascot to make fun of, and it is the Aggie. of Texas A&M, and I feel like you can lose both ways. Could you either go with the Aggie, which is just a shortened form of an agricultural person, person in agriculture, or you can go with the stupid little dog that they have on the sidelines, Reveille. It's a bad choice anyway.
It is a dog? Okay. Yeah.
Or you've got a bulldog. So the Yale Bulldogs, a smart bulldog, which is an oxymoron of all oxymorons.
Okay.
But those are your choices.
So you're talking about a bulldog, bunch of good old versus a bunch of good old farm boys?
I'll take
the farm boys. I'll take the farm boys.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a match made in heaven. But yeah, I feel like if we're going to give Texas A&M any chance of advancing at all, you've got to assume that it's not Reveille.
Right.
And I don't want dog on dog here.
Yeah.
So we're going to assume that it's the agricultural men. And so yes, I'm absolutely with you.
That's a more sophisticated way of saying it. Yeah.
You know, I was an Aggie.
I do know. I do know.
So, all right. This was near and dear to my heart, and I don't really know how you advance them in this bracket. But the Ole Miss Rebels.
Sure.
Which is just somebody that doesn't really get along with society, I guess.
That's I don't think they're going anywhere, Drew.
That's the 2025 version of the Rebels. We won't go back to like the 1940s
the non-PC.
version.
Yeah.
Yeah. Versus a Tar Heel, which is a Ram of North Carolina.
I hate to do it, but I think I don't think we can push them any further than nowhere.
I know. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. The Rebels, as much as like I hope they never change their name, their mascot, or their nickname.
Yeah,
it just doesn't really fit this format that we're going with here.
No, it doesn't. Yeah.
So we're in agreement there. The Tar Heels make it to the round of 32, and now we've got a real home run threat here.
Okay.
King Triton is very much here. What you find in these is acts of God and mythical creatures carry a lot of weight, and we've got an act of God here.
Okay.
We've got the Iowa State Cyclones. We've got a tornado versus. Now this is your neck of the woods, right?
Okay.
Up in Tennessee.
It is.
Lipscomb. What's a Lipscomb mascot?
I have no idea.
Lipscomb mascot is a bison. That's a pretty good. That's actually
that's pretty solid. Yeah. Man.
All right, so a tornado goes over the plains over Middle America.
Yeah.
Do the bison survive? I mean, they didn't survive.
We're going to have to get pretty clever here to challenge the tornado.
We are.
I mean, I don't think the bison's going to do it.
No, the bison has had a hard time just catching up, staying alive in just America today.
That's true. Yeah,
they couldn't survive the Indians.
Yeah.
This is God that we're dealing with.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Cyclones.
Yeah.
All right. We've got a golden eagle, which is the second greatest eagle behind a Baldwin, of course. We're Patriots.
Yes, absolutely.
And a New Mexico Lobo. If you want to know what a Lobo is.
That's those dangerous dogs, right?
I thought that was a dingo.
Yes. Same thing, right? Yeah.
All right. What is
maybe it's like a wolf. It's like a wolf, isn't it?
It looks like a wolf. The mascot, yes. A Lobo in English refers to a gray wolf, a Mexican gray wolf in particular. So, another wolf, a big dog, an angry wild dog, an untamed dog.
Yes.
Versus a golden eagle who can attack from the air. I know which way I lean.
Yeah, me too. I've got an obvious lean here. Yeah. And I think we're leaning differently because I want that Lobo,
Oh, no. If you can attack from the sky, you have the advantage. And these things go for eyeballs. Like, dangerous.
This thing, it can be spotted from a mile away. For God's sakes, it's golden. I mean, they're going to see this thing coming.
You think it's shiny?
And you
reflects in the sun.
And you can say one wolf, but you really can't ever say one wolf. They're pack animals, Drew.
You can, because other schools' mascots are the wolf pack. And
I see.
So I mean, New Mexico had the opportunity to call it a Lobo pack here, but they just chose a Lobo. Okay, they're the Lobos.
That's
we'll,
right.
We'll call it plural,
Plural.
but I don't know if I could go full pack of like hundreds here.
It's not a look. It's what I chose, but it's not a hill I'm willing to die on. You know, I'm not willing to die on that hill.
I'm not a big fan of birds in this draft, but eagles, large birds,
Okay.
they're very predatory and may be able to outlast a tornado.
Okay. Now I'm in.
Okay. All right. Oh, one for Uncle Buck. All right. We're going old school. Old school. Michigan State Spartans versus the Bryant. I believe they're the Bulldogs as well. Bryant.
If that's a Bulldog versus a Spartan, we can move on.
It is
You know?
Cupper the Bulldog.
Yeah,
versus
Cupper's getting slaughtered. You know.
Cupper the Bulldog.
Yeah.
We'll make this one quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So now into the West region. No, we're going to just stay. We're going to go to the South, all the way to the Final Four here.
All
right. These will go a little bit quicker. A Hornet versus a Cardinal. You got any objection to just clicking the right button here?
Well, what are you going to say?
The
Hornet. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you had a affinity for birds a few rounds
No,
ago.
I like the St. Louis Cardinals, but they are a very puny mascot.
I imagine a Hornet. I can see it now. I think that you can watch it on YouTube, like a couple of Hornets just demolishing a bird, and it's not something you want to see, but you wouldn't look away. You'd watch it all the way through. You know.
I mean, 90% of the folks that listen to the show, I'm sure, are men, and I think 100% of men can all agree that you would watch all the videos of animal on animal like fighting.
Yes.
Like I just sign me up.
Yeah.
Every time. Let's see. King Triton versus some boys from Kossuth, Mississippi, the Aggies.
I feel like they've got a lot of spunk, those boys. Yeah.
I'm not sure that they can swim very well. It's the same pond we're dealing with.
Yeah. It really depends on King Triton here, where we're putting him at.
Yeah.
You know?
We're assuming a dome, Thunderdome.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Thunderdome.
Thunderdome.
Yes. It's fun. Yeah.
Is that what we're calling it now?
Mm-hmm.
WrestleMania. We're putting them. Putting them. Where's WrestleMania this year?
Las Vegas.
We're putting them in Allegiant Stadium.
Nice.
There's a little bit of water. There's a little bit of woods. There's a little bit of desert. You know.
Yeah, it's King Triton. I hate to.
I agree. And listen, I don't care what the theme of the bracket is. I never want to make Texas A&M go far. Like I don't want. I don't. This is still our show here. Like I don't like them. I don't like them.
There's some bias involved. Yeah.
All right. A mountain goat from the Rocky Mountains. This would be the Tar Heels.
The Tar Heels
versus a Cyclone.
We got to push
to the point.
Yeah, we're pushing the Cyclone.
Yeah, and then a Golden Eagle with the ability to attack from the sky.
Right, you're really hammering that point. Continue on. Yeah.
Versus a Spartan.
Dead Eagle. Dead Eagle.
Dead Eagle. Yeah.
Dead Eagle.
If you think of Spartans, you see the helmets and the swords and
you
the
think
armor.
of Gerard Butler. He's absolutely shredded.
Gerard Butler.
Yeah, he's shredded.
And
then you think
Gerard
of law-abiding
Butler,
citizen and how smart he is. And then you just keep going. You know,
he blew up something. He blew up the prison, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
from the prison or something. I have no idea.
What a great movie. Gerard Butler gets a bad rap.
He does. Back. I agree. Yeah.
Gerard Butler without the armor could be the Golden Eagle.
Yeah. So then we're just saying, can we just scratch the Spartans? That's Gerard Butler for moving forward. So,
all right. So the Spartans move on. They leaves us with a Sweet 16 matchup of the Hornets versus the King Triton.
The Hornets made it a lot further than I thought they would.
They would. They're a pesky little beast, and I think they're not easy to deal with. I think everybody hates a bee. You know,
I hate them. Hate
them.
Yeah. I think this is probably the end of the line for them. They're good. You know, I don't think they stand a chance in the water. So,
no, I see dead bugs in my parents' pool, and there are no waves.
No,
you think a King Triton will murder the murder hornets?
He will murder. Yeah.
All right, a Cyclone versus a Spartan. Could Gerard, our friend Gerard, friend of the show,
Gerard Butler.
Yeah, you think he could? He could
weather the storm. Yeah.
Was he in the movie Twisters by any chance?
Gosh, I'm trying to think of any storm movie he was in because this would be a perfect segue. God.
Oh, I did not expect Gerard Butler to come up so much in this show. But
I can't think of anything that he would be able to do
Mm.
in the event of a tornado.
yeah, I've seen him in a rom-com or two. He's really bad in those.
He's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
No.
Nope.
I think this is the end of the. I think this is the end of the line. The
Yeah.
act of God. The Spartans.
God
were
hates
fooled-
Gerard Butler.
Well, the Spartans were fooled by a wooden horse full of people. So I mean, they're not the brightest people.
All right. You bring up a fair point. But these
All
were
right.
old. Nobody knew about that tactic. Way back then. This is brand new.
Right. Imagine.
Yeah.
What they would do if they saw a tornado drop out of the sky in those days where they thought that, Odin and Thor were like
Exactly.
ruling the skies.
Yeah. True.
They'd have a bad.
They
day.
probably worship the tornado. So
Probably
there we go.
so.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. We've got Iowa State, the Cyclones versus the Hornets.
They came.
No,
We're coming.
no,
No. I was
no,
supposed to say-
they're not the Hornets.
Okay.
UC San Diego is King Triton versus a Cyclone.
Okay. So here we are.
God of the sea versus God of the air.
I guess so.
I don't know. I don't have a really good. Now, does a tornado over
The thing
water
is-
just become a hurricane?
The thing is, a tornado over water becomes a hurricane, and at that point, that is under his domain.
It's just
King
squashed.
That's
It's
he puts it right down.
He's like, oh, you want to spin that way? Well, I'm going to spin the other way.
Yeah,
At the exact same speed, and this is over.
I think King Triton wins.
I can't argue with this.
Yeah,
I
I think
can't
the
argue
logic
with that
is
logic at all. That's
tornado
math.
crosses over into water. It's a hurricane.
Yeah, that's just physics for you. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go this way, and King Triton's like, no, you're gonna go this way, and then
That's
it's
right.
over.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, we got our first Final Four here. King Triton.
Okay.
Who'd have thunk it?
I'm seeing some big stuff for him.
All right, we're gonna go to the West bracket.
All right.
It starts off. They may be a 1 seed. They may be everybody's favorite pick, the Florida Gators, but they're
Gosh.
still a Gator,
They are.
and they are playing the Norfolk State. I don't know. Norfolk State mascot is a Spartan. Another Spartan.
Oh.
Okay, we're gonna have to eliminate this Spartan. We've talked too much about
Are
Spartan
you
just for the
sure?
show.
Okay.
But-
All right. Yeah.
but-
Fair enough. Yeah.
I,
I'm
a
telling you,
Gator-
the Gators with me aren't going to last long, though.
no.
There's some
I-
bias
look,
over here as well, and it's
I will say that there's no creature that walks the earth, I think, that scares me as much as an alligator does.
Lake Placid.
Lake Placid. If you say so.
Terrifying.
Where's Lake Placid?
No, that's the movie about the giant gator.
Oh, no.
It's
I'm
the
not watching that.
original. Oh, true. It's classic.
I'm telling you, they're dinosaurs. And
They
I
are.
think I would rather just have like an elephant squash my head like a watermelon than like get barrel rolled by an alligator. Like that's just awful.
There was a small gator, and then Betty White kept feeding it until it grew into this giant alligator
And then it went
and murdered a bunch of people. Yeah.
Sidebar. I went to an alligator park. Well, it was Florida Outdoor Zoo or whatever it was. Just got a bunch of alligators there. They're in
Yeah.
containers. It was fine. But they said never feed an alligator. As long as you never feed an alligator, they don't eat people. But if you feed an alligator one time, then he thinks that humans provide food,
This
and then that alligator will be euthanized.
that
That's how we put it.
that was the basis for the book. If you give a mouse a cookie, that's how they came up with that. Also, just a quick. I'm sorry, I should have said spoiler alert. Betty
please.
White feeds alligator. That was it. That was at the end of the movie. It came out in '95. If you haven't seen it, shame on you. But go ahead. All right, go on.
A dark-haired Betty White.
That's right.
That's how old this movie is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen it. Betty White probably was born with white hair for
Probably.
all I know. All right.
Yeah.
We got the Gators outlasting a Spartan just for show purposes and content.
Yeah.
In the next one, we've got a Husky from the University of Connecticut
It's a good dog.
versus a Sooner, which I'm assuming is just somebody from Oklahoma.
That's it.
I
That's what it is.
honestly don't know. I mean,
really
the
don't
only
know.
mascot I ever see is like a covered wagon, and
So they're
that's
Cowboys?
anything in itself.
Are they Cowboys? But do we have Cowboys on here?
A Sooner refers to someone who settled on land in the early West,
So it's a cowboy.
specifically in what is now Oklahoma.
That's a cowboy.
Yeah, so it's just like a settler, a gold miner.
Okay, so not a cowboy. So
No.
what was that versus Huskies?
Versus Huskies. Yeah. A band of dogs. Listen, these people killed buffalo, right?
Yeah. I think yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I mean, there's just not much a pack of dogs do for me, unless amongst humans. We are still the superior species, right?
Every day of the week, twice on
Every
Sunday.
day.
Yeah.
No, I thought so too.
Yeah.
All right. We've got a Memphis Tiger versus a Ram of Colorado State. Tiger versus Ram. Tiger.
Yeah, tiger.
Yeah.
Not close.
Tigers, they're
Shred
majestic creatures, right?
They are. I mean, I'm not going to have every tiger in this bracket go to the Final Four, but Memphis, let's give them a little nod.
Yeah.
I mean,
This is a company that is based in Memphis.
yeah.
This one's fun. You're talking about YouTube videos of fights you'd want to see.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a terrapin, which is a turtle,
That's right.
versus an antelope of Grand Canyon University.
I got to say.
That must see TV.
In my head, are we talking about like maybe a snapping turtle or like a,
Yeah,
one of these Galapagos Island turtles that lives to like 105,
Yeah, I'm picturing one of the big ones, know?
Right. Big turtle.
And yeah, that could just play the long game. That's what turtles don't get credit for. They can play the long game.
Because he's not going to catch the antelope. There's no chance.
No.
So he's just going to have to wait him out. Maybe starve him out. Maybe annoy him. And then, sneak up. Yeah, more frustrated than anything. Yeah.
and the antelope will just end up dying via concussion. Like
or
CTE.
old age. Or old age, maybe.
Old age or CTE.
Old age.
Yeah,
the way every football player goes. Old age or CTE.
All right. I'm with you there. I like the terrapin. I like just this is a grit and grind kind of matchup here. We're going to get in the mud. We're going to get in the shell. We're going to play defense.
We're going to win this in the trenches.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, it makes me want them to win this so bad. Because I honestly think a big turtle, a sea turtle, would probably win against Triton. I don't know.
All right.
Maybe
we'll wait till we get there. Yeah.
We'll maybe get there.
Yeah.
It's hard to look ahead. One game at a time, right?
Yeah,
Always
that's
play
right.
the team in front of you.
That's right.
All right. We've got another tiger. This is the ones from Missouri.
Yep. Weaker tigers for sure. Go ahead.
Weaker tigers, landlocked tigers.
Yeah.
Versus another bulldog. So,
Gosh.
Yeah. I mean, legitimately, like
it's a tiger. Yeah.
If integrity matters in this at all,
and it doesn't. And trust me, it doesn't. But
there's not a lot,
we got a shred of it here. Yeah.
So, what do you think?
Yeah,
Tigers or Bulldogs?
Yeah, Tigers, I guess. Yeah.
They don't match up with Memphis, so we won't have a tiger on tiger matchup.
Okay.
This is a good one. Texas Tech, a Red Raider, which their mascot is, basically Yosemite Sam with the, double pistols.
Yeah,
that's
the
pretty formidable.
Okay. Pretty cool. Yeah.
And UNC Wilmington, which I believe is a Seahawk or a Seahawk. UNC Wilmington is a Seahawk.
If you asked me to draw a picture of a Seahawk, I wouldn't know what to do.
I just thought a Seahawk was just a made-up animal that the team in Seattle uses. Like I didn't know that was a real thing.
If it is a real thing, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, this particular Seahawk is named Sammy C. Hawk. C is his middle name.
Sammy C. Hawk. Any redneck with a gun could pow that thing right out of the sky. So
Yosemite Sam, he's not using more than 2 bullets, one out of each gun to knock down.
And it's done. Yeah. So
that's easy.
Yeah.
We got another bird. We got a Jayhawk this time. Another blue bird. But
that's a big bird, right? Though, isn't the Jayhawk a large bird?
Is it? Let me find the dimensions because we've got another land mammal here that I don't know. Maybe make it
okay. Maybe make it interesting. Yeah.
A mythical bird.
Okay.
Is all it says.
Okay. Well,
yeah. Okay. A mythical bird and the mascot for the University of Kansas.
Okay. It's a Jayhawk.
And it was originally a term for the Free State or Union partisans during the Bleeding Kansas period.
You could say that again. I still wouldn't know what you were talking about.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Totally missed that era of U.S. history.
Right.
But it goes up against a Razorback. A Razorback from
Yeah.
Arkansas.
I've got a kind of an affinity for the old Razorback.
Every time I see the Razorback. So Arkansas, it's one of those mascots you have a really hard time recreating with a person on the sidelines in a costume.
Yeah.
But they used to, traveling with the team, 2 games, had an inflatable Razorback.
Right.
And it was so large.
Well, you wouldn't dare bring a real one.
It was obvious, like this thing was like 8 foot tall. It got like a 5 foot person in it. And so the arms did not move past the elbows. So this Jayhawk, this this Razorback was just doing this on the sidelines the whole time. It was the most ridiculous looking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to pitch you just a quick scenario. It's nighttime or early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is a scenario that I've actually been in. Who knows? You're out for a little jog and a run, and you can hear them out there in the woods. You know that's what it is.
Right.
Would you prefer that be a Razorback, or would you prefer it be the Jayhawk?
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that a Razorback, an actual Razorback, would dominate this matchup. I mean, you're trample.
Yeah,
these things knock over trees.
Crush. Yeah. So for me, it's not close.
Yeah. I'm with you there. But the actual mascot that they bring is the most ridiculous thing. And I think of Bill Clinton with a hog head on, or John Daly. I
liked it better when you said Bill Clinton. Yeah,
Bill Clinton. Yeah, with a hog head. All right. Let's see. We've got 2 schools here. And can you tell me? Oh, actually, I can tell you one.
All right.
I don't know what it is. Like, it's the St. John's mascot.
Okay.
They are the Red Storm. So, I guess we can kind of infer whatever we want to here, right? It's not
Red Storm. I imagine it's once again an act of God type thing,
Yeah. So their mascot is Johnny the Thunderbird. So
I don't know if that even fits.
yeah, it's one of those things. It's like you got to have something fluffy on the sidelines. So
you got to have something soft and cuddly for the kids to take a picture with,
right?
Yeah.
So
what's the other one?
It is the University of Omaha, which is Omaha mascot is the Maverick. I think you got another guy with guns here.
Good.
Pretty good. Let's see. University of Nebraska Omaha is the Maverick, also known as Durango, a Red Bull with a prominent grin and an athletic icon.
I don't like either one of these guys.
They're going to go up against the Warthog in a minute. So
yeah,
nominate one to get trampled.
I don't want any more storms. Well, the cyclone has pushed me to the limit here.
Okay, I'm good with a Maverick. That's unique, at least.
Yeah. And it's a bull with a grin. Is that what I heard? A bull that grins?
A Red Bull with a prominent grin, and the athletic icon is a graphic element of a bull's head. So that's what's on their helmet, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
Smiling bull. Great. Got it.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Just to update everybody where we're at in the Grizzlies game, they're currently losing to the Portland Trailblazers by 13 at the half. So I am so glad that we are recording this right now. What a time. All right. Round 2. Round of 32. We've got a Gator versus a Sooner. Another settler. They've never seen oceanic creature before. Wetland creatures. Probably think it's some sort of dragon.
Yeah, it's a fair. I didn't expect you to pitch it that way. Never seen them before. Gonna be pretty hesitant to approach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always never approach it from the side. That's what I've always heard.
Gator roll. Yeah. Yeah, maybe that is the way to look at it. Yeah, they would just be too terrified.
Yeah. And again, I can't help but just think of the on-field mascot, and what they put on field is like Little House on the Prairie with a covered wagon.
It's true. All right.
Yeah.
Give us Gators.
He's going to go into their dwelling at night and just start eating children. That's what's going to happen. Demon, and they're going to be it's a demon. Pet, demon lizard.
Yeah.
All right. The Gators.
You're thinking of like Komodo dragons or something like that.
Uh-huh. All right. This is our grit and grind matchup right here.
Okay.
This is new school versus old school.
All right.
This is Memphis Tigers.
Okay.
We're going to call this new school Memphis, versus grit and grind and the giant tortoise.
The giant tortoise.
Playing defense. Wearing them down in the mud.
I tell you what, a turtle has a shell that is hard as a rock, buddy. It's going to be very tough to get through that shell, to get to the taste. How many licks does it take? A lot.
A lot. I would sure. Tigers are very large cats.
Yes.
Are the underbellies of large turtles softer than
They're hard.
the upper crust?
No, they're hard.
They're hard. Yeah.
Wait, does the shell go all the way around?
I mean, it does, but I didn't know if it's different. I've never touched the bottom side of a turtle before.
I stay away from them. That's why I'm moving them on. I mean,
and can turtles roll themselves back over, or do we have like a real snail situation here?
I think turtles that have. I think turtles that can survive for like 100 years, they're gonna have a few tip overs. They got to figure it out.
That's fair.
I
Yeah.
mean,
You can't tell me that evolution has left them without being able to figure that.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I like just going defense here. We don't have. It's all offense. Let's go defense. I like
it's the wait and see game with the turtle.
All right. We got the Tigers of Missouri over the Red Raiders. You still got Yosemite Sam with a couple pistols.
Okay. I give it to Yosemite Sam.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we've already determined that the pack of wild hogs is going to be what was that thing? The Maverick.
The Maverick, yeah. The grinning bull, yeah. Give me the.
He's not built for it. He's too happy to be here.
It sounds like he's. He's not an aggressive mascot.
Another fight that you could probably see on YouTube. Two aquatic mammals. Okay. I don't know. Are they mammals? What? Do
they have hair?
They're cold-blooded. Are cold-blooded things mammals?
No,
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever they are. Amphibians. A gator versus a tortoise. A large terrapin.
Oh, we've come back to the terrapin again.
We're at the Sweet 16 here.
Gosh.
Yeah, this one's kind of difficult. Both have like outer shells that are kind of rough.
They're very
Both
tough.
of them can live 100 years.
That's true. A very long time. As bad as I don't want to give it to the gator, I feel like the gator could pierce the turtle.
I feel like they're kind of made to, on our little safari, it said on a sign that the only predator for alligators are humans. It said that.
That's it.
So I mean, if it says that in Florida, I mean, you kind of have to. Of course, it could be, I guess, the university, trying to inundate us, But I think I believe it.
No, I think we're probably the only, shoot them,
Shoot them.
Yeah.
That movie too. Which leads us to Yosemite Sam
versus who?
Versus the gator.
Shoot him. He's done.
How this plays out.
Done.
Yeah. Yosemite Sam. We've seen this movie. Elizabeth got shot, or Elizabeth did the shooting rather. Yeah. All right. We're halfway through it, so we'll go a little bit quicker here.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
All right. We've got a blue devil.
Cool.
Does he have the same power as the red devil? I don't know. Maybe
probably a little lighter.
Version.
It's blue. Red seems like a more intense color. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I don't know who won this game. It's played tonight, but it's Mount St. Mary's and American.
Say again.
It was a playing game that's being played right now. I'll look up the score. Mount St. Mary's and American.
Their mascot is an American?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Moving forward. Patriots win. Move on.
So Mount St. Mary's actually won this game. So we got to go with them.
Look, that was easy. Yeah.
And Mount St. Mary's, their mascot is, I don't know, probably a mountain. It is a large purple and gray colored mascot who is known for his involvement in campus activities. Emmett S. Berg. It looks like a mountain man. So the devil, I'm going to say, wins that one.
He sounds kind of like a true blue American,
He kind of looks like a.
We'll go with the devil.
Yeah. He kind of looks like a lumberjack.
Okay, we'll go with the devil.
They're Mounties, and which
he's
immediately
Canadian?
makes you think
okay,
of Canadians.
He's done.
They're done.
He's done.
Done.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. A bulldog versus a bear. Mississippi State Bulldogs versus the Baylor Bears.
Bears.
Quick, easy, painless.
Bears.
First round knockout.
Yep. Easy.
All right. We've got my favorite mascot in college football. It's Puddles the duck from Oregon.
Is it Puddles? The name is
His
Puddles?
name is Puddles.
Okay.
Yes, he does lots of push-ups. He's my favorite.
Yeah.
He's my favorite mascot.
All right.
Versus Liberty, and I believe they are the Eagles as well. No, they're the Flames. Liberty Flames.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, Flames. Oh, yeah, Flames.
Yeah.
Flames all day over Puddles. Yeah.
Well, and let's be honest. You're talking about the food chain here. Ducks are very, very low, and that would
100%. And we cook them all the time. So
Yeah,
I mean,
we
Flames
cook
will
them
do
over
that.
an open flame.
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Wrap those suckers in Arkansas here and
That's right.
put them over an open flame. All right. Let me look up Akron, but we've got the Arizona Wildcats.
So I know you're gonna have to tell me what a zip is because I don't know.
Yeah. So listen, this mascot looks very edible. Zippy.
Zippy.
All right.
Looks
I don't
very
know where
edible.
the name is, like where it comes from.
Yeah.
But the actual fluffy mascot on this island is a kangaroo. Zippy the kangaroo versus a wildcat. Kangaroos are pretty devastating creatures.
Yeah, but I've seen that guy square up on one on the internet, and he knocked its jaw off.
He did.
Yeah.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready for contact.
He wasn't.
He didn't stay ready, you know?
So as tough as I hear they are, based on that video alone, and just that one video on the internet, I'm going with the Wildcat.
Yeah. I imagine a wildcat could do some severe damage.
I would think so. Yeah.
All right. Now, there's two definitions for this next mascot.
Okay.
I'm going to let you choose whichever one it goes to.
All right.
But I'm going to start with the other one. The other one is VCU, and they are the Rams.
Okay.
Versus whichever definition you choose.
Okay.
The Cougars.
Right. Okay. Okay. I think either way, the Cougars prevail. I mean,
it's BYU, so their divorce is very frowned upon. I think.
I think
it's probably got to be
frowned upon, but probably
small
pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
At a premium.
Yeah.
So,
so
right.
these Cougars. Go ahead. Yeah. I think I want Cougars.
Cougars.
Yeah, I think I want Cougars.
We'll let the Cougars go through.
I'll let that
one.
lie. I'll let that one lie.
All right. This one's near and dear to our heart. A grizzly from Montana.
Yeah.
And a badger.
Oh, we got to push the Grizzlies forward, right?
The grizzly is.
Yeah.
That's another first round KO here.
Yeah.
A Commodore. Ownership, pretty cool, I think.
Yeah.
Versus St. Mary's. And are they the Gales? Is that right? Yeah, the Gales.
What's a Gale?
Okay.
That just sounds like a lady I go to church with, you know.
Oh, Gail. She wouldn't stand a chance.
No, she'd get murdered. Yeah.
All right. A Gael is a person of Celtic origin. So just somebody from that area of the world.
William Wallace?
I mean, if you want to make him William Wallace, it changes my conversation a lot.
I mean,
because he can rally the troops.
He can rally the troops.
Now they can't do anything on water, which is what we're dealing with here.
That's true.
You know,
what were we fighting against? I've already forgotten.
A Commodore.
The ships.
Jack Sparrow.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Give me the ships.
Yeah.
So give me the ships.
You have got the Crimson Tide, another just colored storm,
whoever they're going up against, just lay it on me.
Well, we're gonna look and see what it is.
Okay.
Because I'm not convinced that it's going to be good. He's going against Robert Morris.
Okay. Isn't that
I don't know what is the mascot for Robert Morris? It's Romo. Looks like a colonial. Just like somebody from the initial 13.
Patriots.
We are Patriots, if nothing else. All right. Round of 32. We're narrowing it down here. We got a Blue Devil versus a Bear from Baylor.
I don't really know what a Blue Devil is.
I don't either. Let's just see what the.
I know what it looks like. It's a guy with some goggles. He looks kind of pathetic looking. He's got some horns.
Yeah. Okay. This may help you out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nickname of the athletic team's Duke University, inspired by the French guy of World War I.
Give me the bear.
And also a figurative expression for low spirits and melancholy. So it's just a sad devil.
So it's a low-spirited French devil. Yeah, give me the bear.
Low-spirited French is redundant. Okay.
Yeah, hey brother. Hey brother.
All right. We've got a flame over a wildcat. We got another barbecue situation here.
Yeah, we absolutely do.
We,
Yeah.
We
The
we're
flames
put
are going to
that
be tough
sucker-
to stop. Yeah.
Yep. All right. A cougar versus a grizzly
Grizzly. Grizzly all day. All day.
all day.
Yeah.
Gee. All right. And then we've got the colonials. They came over on ships. They fought a war on ships,
They did.
declared our independence against the
Mhm.
motherland versus more Commodores from Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
We've got a real naval situation here. This is a war fought on sea. We're patriots, right?
My thing is I'm going to push them too far. Yeah. I'm going to keep pushing. But yes, we're patriots. And I think they do smash the Commodores. We at least move past that.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with you.
Yeah.
All right. We've got a bear for Baylor versus a flame.
Flames over bears.
Flames.
Unless it's a grizzly bear. Move on. Yeah.
And then a grizzly over the colonials.
See, here's the thing. You've seen this stat about Americans. Like 6% of them think they could defeat a grizzly bear in hand-to-hand combat.
We're very arrogant people. Yes.
Yeah, and I love that. I love that about us.
I do too.
But we
American
would
dominance.
die so quickly. Yes. Yeah, Grizzlies.
All right. So then for the Final Four matchup, we've got would a grizzly bear stand a chance over an open flame? Do the bears get out of the wildfires? That's what I need to know.
Pretty fast. I mean, they're a lot faster than we think they are.
You think they sense it coming? They say that, like when there's a natural disaster, a tsunami, that the dogs all know to go to higher ground. Do bears have the same instinct?
I gotta feel like they at least have a good sense of smell.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
think so. And, one of these employed Hugh Freeze for a little bit, so character is not the highest.
No. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I think we're in agreement here.
All right.
I think we're gonna let an animal,
We're gonna let it walk. Yeah, we're gonna let it walk on.
And yes, it has more to do with the fact that it's a grizzly instead of just a bear. Like Baylor didn't stand a chance against the Montana Grizzlies. They're different.
Yes.
Built different.
Yeah.
All right. Last bracket. Last side of the bracket here.
All right.
Last quadrant.
All right.
We've got the Houston Cougars.
Mhm.
Another Cougars.
Yes.
Versus SUIE. If you could tell me what the acronym means.
Yes. Southern Umbridge Institute of Education. Yeah.
Southern Umbridge Institute of Education. Okay. I mean, I can't even tell you if you're wrong or not.
Yeah, you don't know. It could be correct. No, I don't know what that stands for.
It is another cougar.
Yeah. Cougars are cougars. Well, the cougars move on. Yeah.
Don't look up this video, okay? Do not do this one. Yeah, it is the Southern Illinois Institute, Edwardsville. That's where these cougars reside.
Southern Illinois is doing so good. They got a branch at Edwardsville. They're doing so well. Yeah.
Massive school.
Yeah.
All right. So you like Texas Cougars? You like Illinois Cougars?
Probably Texas Cougars, right? I mean,
Cougars.
Yeah.
I feel like they could deal with the elements a little bit better.
Yeah, I was thinking about the other kind, but it's good. Yeah.
Oh, and the trend continues. The Gonzaga Bulldogs versus the Georgia Bulldogs.
We're going Zags, right?
Yeah,
It's
we're not
close.
Not an SEC school.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
All right. We've got a Clemson Tiger versus a McNeese State. They are something on a horse, right?
Okay, some horses.
McNeese State. Rowdy the Cowboy. The Cowboys.
I like Cowboys here.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
As the greatest American poet to ever live once said, I should have been a cowboy.
Rip. Stomach cancer is a tough way to go. Rip.
Yeah.
So.
Miss you, Toby.
Yeah.
All right. A Boilermaker, which an alcoholic beverage, somebody who shovels coal into a train engine.
Okay. Either
that's
one.
What it is. Either one.
Yep.
Versus High Point. High Point.
That's a cheap 9mm handgun. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
High Point is a Panther. So a panther versus a dude who shovels coal into the engine of a train.
I guess a panther, right?
I don't think we have much of a choice there, brother.
Yeah.
All right, we got another playing game, but you can be thinking about an Illini, like what the Illini would do in a fight.
Yeah.
And this game's neck and neck. I mean, a minute to go. Xavier in Texas. So that's a Musketeer versus a Longhorn. Who do you like there?
Musketeers. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The Musketeers. Yeah. And so they would have to take on the Illini. That's a pretty good battle there. The Illini is a Native American tribe from that area.
That actually is pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good fight.
Spears versus swords. Swords.
I like swords.
Yeah.
And all right, a Wildcat versus. This would have been cool if the matchup would have worked out right. A Trojan. We could have gotten Trojan and Spartans.
That's exactly what I was. Yeah. We didn't push them far enough.
No, that actually happened in one of ours one year.
Really?
Yeah. But yeah, so we got a Wildcat versus an army from Troy.
An army from Troy. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
A Bruin, which is their on-field mascot's a bear, but I'm not really sure what a Bruin is. Like where it derives from.
Yeah, I don't know on that.
But or Utah State, and that is a pack of wolves.
So, one bear versus pack of wolves?
Yeah. That's the way I read it.
Okay, pack of wolves.
Yeah.
I think, it's going to get through a couple, but probably not all of them.
Yeah, a Bruin, by definition, is a character in French folklore. We've seen enough.
Yeah. Stop me when you've heard enough. Yeah.
All right.
Right.
This is yours here.
Okay.
We've got a volunteer.
I know. I knew it was coming at some point.
He's got a big heart because he signs up on his own free will.
I knew the mascot wasn't going to go far, but just lay it on me.
Versus the terrier. So, I mean, you're going to get through round one.
I'm going to get through round one. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think of a little bitty yap dog when I think of a terrier.
That's all I'm thinking of. Yeah. So, round one, I'm good.
Yeah, round one. All right, round of 32. We got a cougar versus a bulldog.
Cougar.
Smash.
Yep.
We've got a cowboy versus what did I say high point was?
You said it was a panther.
A panther. A cowboy versus a panther.
Cowboys.
Quick, simple, painless.
Yeah, cowboy.
One to the head, two to the heart kind of thing.
Exactly. Double tap.
We've got a Musketeer versus Troy Trojans.
Musketeers, more advanced.
More advanced.
More advanced. I'd probably go the more advanced Silvish. I mean, yes, Musketeers.
Yeah. And, I mean, you got to be pretty good to have a candy bar, right? And then a volunteer versus a pack of wolves.
Yeah, a pack of wolves. Unfortunately, yeah.
Hey,
he volunteered to get.
My rebels didn't even make it out of the first round. So.
Right. Yeah. It's a pack of wolves. Yeah.
All right. So let's get this down to the Elite Eight here. So in our Sweet 16, we've got a cougar versus a cowboy. That's a match made in heaven right there.
It really is. Yeah, that is a good one.
I mean, Garth Brooks wrote a song about this. I'm pretty sure.
Did. Yeah,
he went to work with her that summer, and her hands turned to velvet. With
her hands were gnarled and touched him a lot. Yeah.
It's the greatest. Oklahoma has the greatest American poets. Blake Shelton,
agree to disagree.
Garth Brooks, Reba,
Garth Brooks, yeah.
Carrie Underwood.
Yeah, there's a few over there. Yeah,
Baker Mayfield.
That's exactly what I was going to go with next. Yeah,
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
All right. So the cowboy always wins, right?
Cowboy wins every time. Yeah.
Yeah. A Musketeer versus a pack of wolves. So the Musketeers did beat the Troy, a band of Trojans here, an army of Trojans.
That's true.
Can they outlast a pack of wolves?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
If you can beat men, you can beat dogs.
That's
Pretty simple.
I'm gonna have that tattooed on my back. Yeah.
All right. To reveal our last entrant into the Final Four, we have a cowboy versus a musketeer.
This is where the end of the line for the old Musketeers.
One of them
guns over swords, baby.
Yeah,
guns over swords. It's just the way it works.
All right, we've made it to our final four.
Nice.
All right, top half of the bracket.
I've already forgotten. Hit me with all four of them.
I know this is what's going to be fun.
Yeah.
All right, you've got Guns in the Red Raiders. You know, remember Yosemite
we
Sam.
got 2 guns in here at least.
Yeah. But he's going up against King Triton.
He's dead. he's so
he's
dead.
Just floating at that point.
Yeah.
Belly up goes Yosemite Sam.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And then we've got a Grizzly versus a Cowboy.
You know what? That's a closer matchup, I think, than you think. No? Let me tell you this, Drew. Let me tell you this. As an avid hunter, as someone who hunts a lot, I know firsthand experience that your regular old handgun ain't going to take down a bear.
That is true. And
I mean, these single shot Colts ain't going to do much against a grizzly bear.
No, and that's what I picture when I think of a cowboy. You know,
Yes.
they're not
You're
strapped
having to
around
wrap,
an AK-47.
Boom. That's exactly right.
You know, or anything with elk shot in it. You know,
exactly.
If that's a thing.
Yeah.
You're the avid hunter.
Exactly. As an avid hunter, I'll tell you, elk shot is thorough. You know,
it's thorough, but they don't have that.
No, and I think in this instance, I think the grizzly bear makes it through.
Yeah, and I just don't want to play spoiler, but I don't know that it matters because this grizzly bear goes up against King Triton.
Yeah, don't play spoiler.
I don't know if you've seen Little Mermaid recently. Gosh. He's a bad dude.
You know, I knew it when we were first introduced to King Triton here in this bracket.
It was like a You know, we saw King Triton get off the bus, and it was like they look different. You know?
He's built different. Yeah, yeah. Let's see his birth certificate because he don't go here. Yeah,
that dude, I'm pretty sure plays semi-pro.
That's right.
Yeah. I think that's a winner.
Yeah,
it asked for a score, and it just really depends on just how much King Triton wants to put up.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you know, however he feels. So
yeah. However he feels.
Grizzlies made it pretty far there. Yeah.
Yeah, the Grizz make it pretty far. We're not biased at all.
No, not at all.
The Grizz that we love are currently losing to the Portland Trailblazers. If you want to make this about mascots, we should be dominating.
That's right. Yeah.
But the people who blaze trails are killing us right now. So, all right. So that's official. I'm going to submit it. The 2 Buck Sports Show March Madness Mascot Mayhem 4Ms bracket winner is King Triton. And I feel very confident in that.
I feel great about it. Yeah.
You know, he's just if you fight him on his turf, he's going to win every time.
I think he could do some damage even off, but yes, 100%. Yeah.
This is in an arena. You got to think that he's got the power to engulf an arena for sure.
That's true. Yeah.
That's the rules that we've set at the beginning.
That's the
rules
parameters.
I have to play with.
Yeah. That's right.
All right. That was a ton of fun. So I just want to remind everybody really quickly. Again, this QR code has been up for the whole show. We've been doing this for an hour now. The QR code at the bottom, scan that. If you're watching this on your phone, you can screenshot it, go to your photos, click the QR code in your photos, and it works the same way. So get in there, get in our bracket. I think we've got close to 20 applicants. The winner gets a t-shirt and 15 minutes to spew your propaganda on the show, as long as it's PG-13. Okay? Ground rules. Got to have boundaries here.
Yeah.
My mom does watch this show like on occasion. Okay? So, anyways, Zach, thank you for hopping on. It's been a lot of fun. We're going to have to get you on again when WrestleMania comes up. You let me know when the dates they are, because I will tune in.
April 19th and 20th, Las Vegas. You got 2 nights.
Yep. April 19th and 20th. We'll do a preview and maybe even do a short segment of recap. However you want to do it, we'll do it.
Absolutely.
Because this is a podcast network that finds its home in Memphis, Tennessee. And the fact that there's not a wrestling show on this network yet is criminal.
It's criminal.
So we're going to do it because I've got the guy to do it. So, Zach, thank you for hopping on. Thank everybody. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And Rusty will hopefully be back on Tuesday if he is not in rehab from all these bourbon tasting tours that he's going on right now. So, fingers crossed, the 2 Bucks will be back on Tuesday. But until then, we're out. Have a good weekend, guys.
Thank you for listening to the 2 Buck Sports Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of all things Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next time.